liberty, and justice for all. Okie dokie. Good evening, everyone. We'll call the meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. All right, and we'll move on to item number 3, which is public comment. Is there any public comments? Is there any public comments? Hearing no public comment, we'll move on to item number 4, approve minutes from the January 19, 2016 special meeting. Can I have a motion to do so? Motion by Anne Marie, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 5-0. Next item, number 5, First Selectman's report. Budget process continues to take shape. Workshops have started, and the Board of Finance has begun its deliberations. My budget is just about done, but I am waiting for a few last-minute numbers to come in. I'll be presenting my full budget as well as an overview of the town's finances to the Board of Finance on Wednesday, March 1st at 7 p.m. here in the Norma Drum Room. You're all invited to come down. The governor will present his budget tomorrow at noon to the state legislature. At that time, we will have a better understanding of what the revenue projections on state funding will look like. We are expecting cuts, but are not yet sure on the severity of those cuts. On Friday, the governor announced that he will be shifting 1/3 of the cost of the teachers' retirement system payments to the towns and cities. This will add $407.6 million to local budgets. Each town will be responsible to pay about 10% of the salary, which in Seymour's case will be somewhere between $1.5 and $2 million. As is the case with most times, very little information has been provided, so I will expect to hear more tomorrow. As you can imagine, this will have a dramatic impact on the Board of Education budget. I met last night with the Board of Education to discuss the Joint Operations Department for the town. My thoughts and ideas were well received by the members, and they voted to tentatively move forward. I'll be meeting with Rick Belden, Tony Caserta, and Yashu Patorti to create job descriptions for final approval. I expect this to take place in March. Once we have that in place, I'll bring that to this board for final approval as well. Contract negotiations are ongoing with the Clerks Union and the Department of Public Works Union. We've been able to work quickly through the initial meetings, and I expect to have some updates for you in early March as to where we stand. I would expect we'll be ratifying these contracts, hopefully with our second meeting in March. So, with that, I'll close the Board of Selectmen's report. Item number 6, discussion, take possible action regarding appointment of a new Deputy First Selectman. With Nicole moving up to the state legislature and the time commitments that will take, she will be stepping down as Deputy First Selectman, but staying as a member of the board. So we currently have an opening in that spot. You know, before we do this, I want to thank Nicole for her hard work and effort over the last 5+ years. She's been a very good partner for me, a very good sounding board. She's been very engaged, very involved, and I think she's certainly done Seymour proud with the work that she put in as Deputy First Selectman. So with that, I'd like to entertain a motion to name Len Green Jr. as the Deputy First Selectman. Motion by Anne Marie, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Opposed.
Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 3-1-1. And mark note the abstentions, or the abstention and the negative vote. So Len, if you want to move over to the deputy seat. Okay. Yeah, Roy, where are we on the plaques? On the nameplates, I mean. Ordered? All right, we ought to see those in August. All right. Item number 7, discussion, take possible action regarding awarding of bid of community center parking lot. At this point, I'm going to ask for a motion to table item number 7.
So moved.
Motion by Len, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 5-0. Item number 8, discussion, take possible action regarding awarding of bid for town building architectural and engineering contracts. Okay, in your packets, you have a letter from our standing building committee, whose chair, Mike, is with us tonight. So, Mike, you want to just stand up and just give everybody a quick overview? They have it in their packets, but
Sure, sure. We
Just
had
name and address for the record.
Mike Marcinek, 6 Dahlia Lane, Chairman of the Permanent Building Committee. We had advertised for architects in December. Initially got one submitted, and then we went back out and got another 5 submitted. Upon their submissions, we shortlisted to 3 firms: Lothrop Associates out of White Plains, Ames and Whitaker out of Southington, and Quisenberry out of wherever they are, somewhere in the Hartford area, I think it is. We interviewed all 3 firms, spent some time really questioning their approach, how they were going to look at the jobs, and then opened the fees up. All the fees were relatively close, and I mean relatively close, within less than 5%, all 3 firms. So we were pretty comfortable that the scope of the services was understood, and then we started really having a discussion on their approach. We all felt that their Ames and Whitaker was more, they had more experience relative to this type of construction, small projects, difficult projects, multiple buildings, but similar type problems to fix. And they really came prepared in the interview to a solution that we think is going to help the town achieve and get this project done faster and quicker. So with that, and we looked through the fees, we went through and received reference checks on Ames and Whitaker and had no negative references, and we'd like to say that we'd like to have Ames and Whitaker as our architect.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Mike with regards to the project? Everybody knows this is the $1.5 million bond issue, the work that will be done on the police station, the library, and town hall.
So they're doing all of the work? Is that...
They're going to be the architects and engineers on all 3 buildings.
Oh, great.
And what they're going to do is they're going to package it, and we'll have to work with them to understand it, but they're going to package the window projects on the library and the town hall together. They're going to package the mechanical units together, and then, of course, we have some difficulties. The police station figuring out not only the roof, but the water that infiltrating through the basement. That's going to be more of a difficult process. We felt that was a solution that we didn't think about in terms of packaging in the windows together, because we know the difficulty is getting the windows designed, ordered, and in. It's a long process. No one keeps materials anymore. And what we didn't want to do is fall into that November time frame where we lose valuable time to get the windows in a comparable area when the weather's still good for us. We're hoping that the package, the way they're presenting it, will allow us to do both the library and the town hall under one contract for the windows. And if we have to do a second contract for the mechanical heating systems, that's fine. So we're going to be actually working as, almost as the clerk of the works as well, from the building committee side with the architects, because we do have a pretty experienced group of guys on the committee that we can handle that. So we feel very comfortable with that solution, and now we're going to have to go out and get the design work done.
Any other questions, comments?
To your knowledge, has the town ever worked with this firm before?
Town has worked with a firm, did a couple of roof jobs. The town is, Ames and Whitaker actually has a lot of municipality work in their portfolio of work, all the way up from to Waterbury. The references we got were from both the municipality and at the federal level. They're working at the Naval Yard in Groton right now.
Okay.
Okay. If there's no other questions or comments at this point, then I'll entertain a motion that the Board of Selectmen award the Permanent Building Committee project to Ames and Whitaker of Southington as recommended by the Permanent Building Committee. Motion by Len.
Second.
Second by Stefan. So under discussion, again, you have the actual letter that Mike has sent to the board, as well as attached reference reviews. Okay, if there's no other comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much, Mike. Okay, item number 9, discussion take possible action regarding building department fees. In your packet, you should have a letter to the board from Jim Baldwin, so I'll read that into the record since Jim's not here. It says, please find attached a proposed sample of the Town of Seymour application for building permit and related construction and mechanical permits. As of this time, I do not see it necessary to increase the overall fee structure that is in place for the Town of Seymour. However, due to the changes made in the Connecticut State Building Codes adopted on October 1st, 2016 by the General Assembly, a significant increase of inspections on many areas of permit requirements has now been added for the building department. An addition of the line item fee of $10 for administrative services will be added to the permit application and apply to all permits that are to be issued. This fee will help offset the increase in required inspections and administrative work that has been added through the changes of the Connecticut Building Code. James Baldwin, Building Official, Town of Seymour. Okay, so at this point, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of Town Building Officer James Baldwin and increase the administrative fee on all applications $10. Motion by Len,
Second.
second by Stefan. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, Kurt, was an analysis done about this to make sure
We're-
what's the idea, to offset what the state's charging?
It's for additional work that needs to be done, brought upon by the change in the building codes through the state. So, we are still cheaper than surrounding towns.
So you don't think this is unreasonable?
No, I don't think this will stop anyone from building anything. No. So, okay. Anything else? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? The chair votes aye, motion passes 5-0. Item number 10, appointments. We have one appointment for us. Leanna McMurray. MSOC Committee, it's a reappointment, a 2-year term, it expires February 7, 2019. Can I have a motion? Motion by Anne Marie, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? The chair votes aye. No, thank you. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much. All right, item number 11, tax refunds and abatements. Len?
The following overpayment of tax payment in total of $27,752.34 needs to be approved for refund in accordance with the provisions of Section 12-129 of the Connecticut General Statutes, dated at Seymour, the second day of February 2017, Susan Boland Tax Office.
Thank you, Len. Okay, at this point, I'll entertain a motion to accept the tax collector's report as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Len, second by Stefan. Under discussion, just take a look, make sure there are no conflicts.
Second,
Okay, hearing no objections. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 5-0. Sorry, I lost my count. Item number 12 is transfers. We have no transfers before us tonight. Item number 13 is correspondence. 3 pieces of correspondence. One is the check register. Second is a letter which I'll read into the record. It is from Aileen Baldwin, who is a member of the Board of Finance. And this letter is addressed to Bill Zawicki, who is the chairman of the Board of Finance. It says, Dear Bill, it is with regret that I am writing to inform you of my decision to resign my position on the Board of Finance effective immediately. A new job position at the university and the associated time commitments have become too great for me to be able to fulfill the requirements of my position on the board, and I feel it's best for me to make room for someone with the time to devote to the critical job of being a board member. It has been my sincere pleasure to have served the town of Seymour. I am most confident that the board will continue to work together by making difficult yet necessary decisions for the financial well-being of the taxpayers. If I can be of any assistance during the interim time while seating the board alternate, please don't hesitate to let me know. Best regards, Aileen. Okay, so this has been sent over to the town clerk, and the Board of Finance will fill the vacancy from within its alternates. And then also handed out tonight, separate, it wasn't a part of the packet, but received a letter from Matthew Calzone, who is the captain of Citizens Engine Company, and they are doing a boot drive on Saturday, February 11th. The drive is to be used to help two of their members in need, one which is battling an illness, and the other whose wife has been battling another illness as well. They will set the boot drive up on Route 67 at the corner of New Haven Road and Wakely Street underneath the bridge, and they will be there from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. They will notify the Seymour Police Department to make sure that everything is set up appropriately and safely. So Matt was sending this over for not only my approval, but just to let the board know. So I did give him that approval to do this, but I wanted to pass this on to the board so all the members were ready. And if you're downtown in that area on Saturday morning, have your dollars and your change ready. So, and if you go through more than one time, they're going to hit you as many times as they possibly can. So, all right, so that closes correspondence. Item number 14, public comments. Is there any public comments? Is there any public comments? Hearing no public comment, we will go to Selectmen's public comments. Stephen.
Just want to wish the best of luck and good fortune to Public Works for this coming storm on Thursday. I'm sure they're going to do a great job. Hopefully the equipment cooperates with them. That's it. Thanks.
Not a problem. Yeah, the numbers keep changing, so it's crazy. It's going to be 50 degrees tomorrow and then 47 feet of snow on Thursday, so welcome to New England. Len?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm honored and humbled to be appointed by my peers to serve as the Deputy First Selectman. I'm really looking forward to continuing to serve the town of Seymour in that capacity.
Excellent. Thank you, Len. Al?
I know in the minutes from last meeting, talked about Mr. Spector possibly coming to visit. Did he end up?
Yeah, we've had some conversations, and he is just finalizing dates, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that-
Okay. Anne Marie?
And, if you're going through downtown, the boot drive is for a very good cause. It's firemen reaching out to help their own. But the way it goes to town.
Excellent. Brian, anything we've missed? Rory? No, anything we didn't hit on? No? Okay. With that, then, I have no additional comments, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn by Anne Marie, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? The chair votes aye. Motion passes 5-0. Mark the meeting closed at 7:21 p.m.